Hi everyone, Neil Wells here. So I read through the articles that we're supposed to be reading for this module, and I've seen some of the videos that were posted by you guys. And first off, I think we're going to do great. I've been, listening to what everybody's saying, and I'm very appreciative of the inquiry and reflection that people are doing to delve into this. And I see some people have hesitancies and, you know. Concerns about going forward, and to me it's those concerns, it's asking those questions and thinking about things in such thoughtful ways that make me confident that all of us who are doing this, and I think we're all doing this, are going to have successful outcomes in being able to make the conversions. So I just want to say I think this is the right track for people, and making the pursuit, and if there is discomfort here, the discomfort is going to lead to success for all of us. So one thing that struck me with the articles is how the main concepts seem very analogous to questions that I ask myself and think about for the in-class teaching, and so much of it seems to convert over very, very easily. So just quickly, some thoughts on you want to chunk information together in small chunks for the students so that it's easy for them to grasp. And of course, we do that in class, and thinking about how to do that online. Don't overwhelm them. Keeping it in doses. Repetition. Repetition in different ways, coming at things through different angles, and using different modes to get people to come to the ability with their skills and so forth. And then the idea of letting them lead, somehow letting them guide you to what helps, things that help them out. So these are the ideas, and I keep thinking that I've been thinking about this for years, and if you think of it that way, I've been preparing to teach online for years, because to me and all of us have, because whether it's the classroom or it's being online, it's just the mode in which we do this, and I think the skills will convert, and the ability to elicit from the students what we need to elicit from them will also convert. It's interesting. Another thought that I had is how, and I'm sure we all have these experiences, where we have to seek to put students at ease. And a lot of times I see that the students who come at me who are the most apprehensive, and maybe start off even with a bit of hostility to the process, are the ones that are the most insecure. And it's through being mindful of this and being patient that I feel I've been somewhat successful at being able to turn that sort of apprehensiveness into them recognizing their insecurity with being in the classroom and going through the process, both from what happened in the spring, the process of converting to the online class, and then just in class in general about being apprehensive, and then getting them to actually turn completely around and be appreciative and being able to say, I got this, and that they feel safe in the class. So again, I think it's important to be mindful of this, and even though for many of us this is a new modality, it's really going to be the same thing, that we're going to have students coming in with apprehension for all the original reasons that they've been out of school for a long time. They feel that they don't belong for whatever reason, whether they're older or they're younger or their family doesn't believe in them, and all those things that we've always been dealing with. And now it's online, and that they're once removed. So many of these things don't change, and then we have this new layer. They have to find which button to click and be able to do things, and we have to keep steadily being patient with them and patient with ourselves at being able to guide them. It's also interesting to think about how just an experience that I'm sure we've all had this, the reverse, where you have students on the first day of class telling you what a great teacher you are. And you think, well, that sounds very nice, but the truth is there's no way that they really would know this, that one is actually a good teacher at conveying knowledge. But what they're conveying is that they feel safe, that they feel that you've created a safe environment for them, and they're going to be okay showing their vulnerabilities and such. So I remember these things, and I think, okay, so just because it's online, that doesn't change, and it's still about, as best one can through these various modalities, creating that atmosphere for them as soon as possible with the pages that we put up, introducing the modules, with the videos presumably that people are going to make, and the the Zoom sessions, whether that's actual classes or just office hours to meet with students, that being mindful of keeping them secure is a valuable thing that everybody seems to be thinking about. And then I guess, to some of the comments that people have been making in their videos, I too very much miss the in-class experience. I through the whole pandemic thing, I really see how much I appreciate being out in the world and in crowds and traveling. And in recent years, I've come to see the classroom as just another way of traveling, of being out in the world and being with bodies and people sharing their experiences. So, I mean, that is a big loss that that I feel going through. But nevertheless, this is, of course, the world that we're in. So then, and it's important, I feel, to be able to make the online classroom experience as much as possible the same thing, that travel, that connection. And I think that in the time we were online in the spring, that felt good with how the students and I were able to maintain that interaction, that it was a place to go where you were out in the world. Of course, you knew the people that you were with from the in-class experience, but it was a way to sort of venture out with yourself, and the sharing of ideas and the communication that went between the students, and again, through different modalities. So I'm mainly speaking now about the 2 public speaking classes I had, where the students were able to put up their videos, but then they were able to comment to each other, both through videos in response to videos, speeches video in response to the speeches they heard, and in written comments that would then create threads that just went off, and they were doing that thing for them, doing the connections amongst themselves, just for the sake of connecting. So I keep that in mind, because I think that overall creates the kind of atmosphere that is good for creating a classroom experience that is valuable both for the learning of meeting the requirements of the class, and giving them that experience that it's not just a place to receive data and spit back data to get a grade, but that you're actually somewhere when you're going through these experiences together. Okay, so those are some of my thoughts. Thank you very much.